It's going to be a little bit shorter of a video because I'm very late to recording my Fantastic Four review. The movie's been out for a week now, but I did a poll on my Instagram, and you guys said you wanted to watch me review this movie, so I'm making the review. Some of you might know, some of you probably don't know. I spent the last week in Florida at Universal's Epic Universe and the Universal parks there. It was awesome. Check that out. I was at the park and I happened to see the Fantastic Four logo, so I took a picture with that and it was really fun. But here's my review of Fantastic Four. It's been a while. Welcome back to a McCritic video. I'm Nolan. Today we're going to be talking about the Fantastic Four, directed by Matt Shakman, which is the newest entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. My first reaction to this movie was, it's fantastic.
Say that again?
The Fantastic Four follows the family of four, Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm, also known as Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman, the Human Torch, and the Thing, as they are in a new universe, completely different than the MCU, or a completely different timeline than the mainline MCU where all the Avengers are at. And in this film, Galactus, an interdimensional threat, is threatening to devour Earth and eat the whole planet if the Fantastic Four doesn't give up their newly born son, Franklin Richards. This is going to be a spoiler review because I'm posting this video very late, so if you haven't had a chance to watch the movie yet, go see it. It's been out for about a week now, so I'm going to be talking full spoilers and about the post-credit scene. So after, I think this is the fourth Fantastic Four movie, I think we've finally gotten a definitive version of this family that can stick around for more than just one or two movies. I think the chemistry between all the members of the family felt very real, and they felt, I kind of doubted when they first cast Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. I didn't really see him fitting the role very well. Same thing with Joseph Quinn. I didn't really think he was going to be a good Human Torch just because I thought they were casting him off of hype from Stranger Things. But I was very pleasantly surprised, as the Human Torch is one of my favorite. He's for sure my favorite Fantastic Four member. Holy alliteration. He's for sure my favorite Fantastic Four member. But I didn't know if Joseph Quinn was going to do a good job because I like Chris Evans' version and I thought Michael B. Jordan's version was okay. But Joseph Quinn, I think, is my favorite Johnny Storm. He's very quippy, kind of in the same sense as Spider-Man is. That's why I'm really excited to see them in Doomsday together, because they're a good duo and they match each other's energy of making jokes. And I also really liked that in this adaptation of the Fantastic Four, they show off that Johnny isn't just he isn't just that dumb funny guy. He's also very smart. In this movie, they give him his time where they make it known that Reed is very busy doing his otherworldly stuff, and so Johnny is he takes up the role to also do some stuff that shows his intelligence. And I really liked that because I liked how this movie made an emphasis to show each character is important to the family and no one is more important than the other, and they all have their own little time to shine. I do think that they cut the Thing's storyline kind of short because he definitely got the short end of the stick. He didn't have as much development as the rest of them, where you can see Reed's development through the movie, and you can see Sue's development into becoming a mother, and you can see Johnny's development with how his character turns out in the end. But Ben's is definitely the least developed. He doesn't really have much character time. You get hints of it throughout the movie, but you can tell a lot is cut, and you can tell that Ben was supposed to have more of a storyline of not liking his physical appearance after he becomes a rock. And in the earlier 2000 movies, that gets played out more as Ben's partner leaves him in the 2005 version of the movie, and you can kind of assume something similar happened here because they give you hints of it throughout the movie, but they never fully flesh out that storyline. That's one of my only negatives with this movie, and another one of my negatives is also going to be the fact that they didn't really use Reed's powers very well. In the 2005 movie, they use his powers very creatively, where he's wrapping himself around people and turning himself into different things like a parachute, and he really uses his stretchy powers and makes it look cool on the screen. In this movie, he did not really do that. There's very minimal scenes where Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards stretches out. They very focus on his intelligence and him being the smartest man. They focus way more on that than his actual power set, which it's cool, but it's not really what I want to see because it's it's a superhero movie, and I wanted to see them use their powers because this is the first time they're going to be in the Marvel Universe, and the next time they're going to be in it is in Avengers Doomsday. And I kind of wanted to see their powers, like, be fully used here, and they really weren't. Johnny's were used pretty well. The Thing has his own moments to shine, and so does Sue. Sue, I thought, was different than a lot of different iterations of her because she used her powers more for force fields and less for like making herself invisible and like sneaking around, which I feel like is what they do in a lot of the other movies. They don't really make an emphasis on her force fields, but they did in this one, and I kind of like that. I thought it was different. There's nothing bad about that, and I thought it was cool. I really liked the production design and the retro futuristic look of this film compared to the other movies. I really like how we're moving away from the era of Zack Snyder and other films where we have to have desaturated superhero movies. I really like the colorfulness of both Superman and the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four, the set design had a lot of blue, which I thought looked really cool because it was a lot of light blue, and the whole city was revolved around that, and it looked really cool. One of my biggest complaints with like a lot of superhero movies recently is that they haven't been focused on making them colorful and look like a comic book, but I think both July releases of Superman and Fantastic Four did a really good job at making it feel like a comic book that you're watching on screen. It didn't feel like a movie like a Christopher Nolan movie would feel like, with no colors and focusing heavy on characters and stuff like that. It was more focused on action, and both of these Superman and Fantastic Four movies were like literally watching a comic book on screen, which was really cool. Next, I want to talk about the post-credit scene in Fantastic Four because it didn't shock me, but I was really excited to see Doctor Doom show up, and I'm really excited for Doomsday, which comes out next December. It's going to be the next like Marvel Studios MCU movie. Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out in July of next year, 1 year from when I'm recording this video, July 31st. And I'm really excited to see both of those movies because Spider-Man is my favorite character, but I'm excited to see Doomsday because I really like Doom as a villain. I think the post-credit scene here didn't necessarily set him up well, but it gave us a nice tease of what we're going to be looking forward to. It had Franklin Richards, who is one of the most powerful beings in Marvel, and Franklin was walking up to Doom and looking at his face because Doom had taken his mask off. What I think this scene is Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom was taking his mask off because Doom wears a mask because his face is all scarred. I think Franklin has the power to like restore his face, and they're going to use that in Doomsday, and so then because Doom's face will be like restored, he's going to take his mask off a lot, and then Robert Downey Jr.'s face can be in the movie a lot. I really hope that they keep his mask on him a lot because I think Doctor Doom's mask looks really cool, and I hope it's not like his I don't want it to be like nanotech like Iron Man's and like a bunch of other suits in the Marvel Universe are now, but if he just has like a simple mask that looks like Doctor Doom's mask, I'll be very happy with that. I think Doctor Doom is going to use Franklin as a lot of his source of power for Doomsday, and when Doctor Doom eventually sets up Battle World, which I think is what we're headed towards, I think Franklin's going to be a key character in setting up Battle World, and I think Loki is probably going to be a key character in that too. I'm really looking forward to Doomsday. I'm excited to see the Fantastic Four return. I hope that they have a substantial role in the film because Doom is a Fantastic Four villain, and to see the characters sidelined in a movie about their villain just so that the rest of the Avengers can have their moment, I don't really think is a good idea, but as long as they have a large enough role, I'm going to be very happy with that. I'm looking forward to Doomsday. Secret Wars is going to be awesome too. Yeah, let me know what you guys think and what your theories for Doomsday are in the comments. Thank you for watching, and peace out.